Hey, what's up everyone? In today's video we'll be looking at the SEA Vidmar. This is essentially a wafer lock that is Swiss made and was used, or maybe still is, on drawers, toolbox 6 and such. So as I said, this is essentially a wafer lock. Here's the key, and we can already see that there are two tracks on it. And before I continue, I would like to apologize for not getting it, but as you can see, this is a Swiss format lock, so that's pretty annoying to get without, or actually impossible to get it without destroying it. So I will try my best to explain what's going on. It's not that difficult actually. So there are no springs in this lock, there are no sidebars. There are just 5 wafers on each side, so there's 10 in total, and these wafers are actually grabbed by these tracks that put them in their correct height. So yeah, here's the key operation. It's not that smooth anymore, but it still works pretty nice. So what's happening inside of this lock is you can see the plug here and the housing here. So on each side we have like these 5 vertical wafers that are basically, they're just like little metallic pieces with a tiny knob that sticks out into the keyway, and there are holes in this plug and there are matching holes inside of this housing, and these wafers at their resting state, they are actually protruding from the plug and they are resting in these chambers or holes in the housing, and that's basically the only thing that prevents the plug from rotating. So that's basically your average wafer mechanism. So the picking process is actually pretty straightforward, and in theory these wafers should give you better feedback than sliders, because the feedback is mediated directly and not through some sidebar. But yeah, this lock actually acts pretty tapered, and whenever you push a binding wafer up, another one drops. So you need to make tiny adjustments all the time. So after you apply tension, you will grab some short hook like I did, and you will look for any wafer that is not moving basically, and the fact that it's not moving means it's binding against the housing, and you will try to push that wafer up, and that way it will sort of get stuck somewhere inside of the plug and won't be sticking out of it. So we have 5 on each side. These two sides do not necessarily isolate, so you will need to go through them all the time, like on both sides. But the actual tolerances are not that good. You will feel that you have multiple wafers binding at once, so that's a sign that the tolerances are not actually that good, and there's a lot of slope, as you could see in this lock. So to tension it, I use this multi-pick sort of a Z-bar, but you don't need anything snug fitting. This happens to be a pretty good fit, but you can use it pretty much any top of the keyway tensioner. Yeah, so I guess that's it for the explanation about this lock. So pretty cool one. There are actually guts on the internet if you want to see them. There is a topic on keypicking.com, and there are some pictures of the guts if you want to see what does it look like inside. Alright, so let's get to picking. Alright, here we go. Key works. Okay, there's a 360. Okay, so it's important to make sure that all these sliders are actually dropped, because if they stay up it can be pretty confusing. Yeah, some tension, and let's go. So we'll go clockwise and look for any of these sliders that are not moving. So number 1 on the right, that's pretty loose, so it's 2. Okay, we'll click on 3. double click on 4 and 5, back to 1. I think there was like a miniature click as well. 2, click as well, 3 feels good. So that's 4 and a little click on 5, okay. One more check, click on 2, 3 is good, 4 is good, 5 is good. Alright, let's move to the left. So 1, nothing, 2, nothing, 3 is binding. Okay, actually binding pretty hard, gotta click on him, and a tiny little rotation. Yes, so let's finish the left side. So 4, probably not binding. One more time, 1, 2 are fine, 3 feels good, 4 and 5 is here. Double click on 5. Okay. Alright. Let's check the right side again. 1 and 2 are good. 3 is good, 4 is good, 5 as well. Okay. So probably on the left side 1 and 2. Okay, click on 3. Click on 4. 5, nothing. Click on 2. Now click on 4. And I cannot feel 5 there, which is a bit weird. Okay, let's check the right side again. 1 and 2 are good. 3, 4 and 5, nothing there. 1 and 2 on the left are good. 3, kinda hard to feel some of these sliders in the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, nope, and 5. Yeah, this one is pretty weird. 5 in the back. Okay, I release some tension. Let's see what happens. Sometimes it helps. Okay, click out of 4 and 5 on the left, click out of 1 on the left, click out of 2 on the left. So sliders getting into place. 1, 2, 3. Actually, left side feels pretty alright. Check the right side again. 3, 4 and 5. Okay. Now I'm not sure where's the hold up, but I will just go through the sliders again. There might be some like microscopic adjustments need to be made. Okay, click out of 3. I think I got a rotation again. 1, 2, 3, 4 is, I don't even know where is 4. Okay, click out of 5. I don't know why it's not open yet. But yeah, I'm still getting some feedback, so okay. I'll just go with it. 1, 2, 3 on the right. Checking right side again, but it feels pretty good. Okay, click out of 2 on the left. And at long last we have an open. Let me just, okay, remove this. Alright, so the lock is open. So as I mentioned, I won't be gutting it because of the format, and yeah, I don't even know what would I do if I wanted to gut it. But hopefully you enjoyed this video anyway on the SEA Vidmar. It was a pretty fun lock to pick, pretty challenging. So yeah, that would be all from me for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and see you next time with the next video. Bye.